understanding, so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna devotees, I welcome you all on this early morning Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Before we proceed to our session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class, feel free to unmute yourself and announce your name, and please allow me to welcome you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nina Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Mataji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you for your wonderful services. Please keep giving us your
Thank you, Mataji, for your wonderful services and eager to serve. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, welcome.
Hare Krishna, Nina Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Guru Maharaj. This is Shama Gauri Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shamaguri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. All glories to your wonderful, glorious services, Mataji.
Nothing, Mataji. Don't
Blessings,
glorify me.
Mataji. Please keep
All
blessing
glories
us.
to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nina Mataji, always in Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call every day, Mataji. Please keep joining. Hare Krishna. Anybody
Hare
else?
Krishna, Nina Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Induleka Karna Devidasi from Melbourne. Thank you so much for your wonderful services, Mataji, and thank you for all that you have been trying today also. It's been amazing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. All glories to your wonderful guidance. All glories to your wonderful services every day, Mataji. Thank you so much. You're such a backbone of Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Please keep giving us your association. Hare Krishna. Anybody else who would like to announce their name?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Mataji, this is Pooja from Bombay. Thank you very much for such a wonderful service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Pooja Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. All glories to your wonderful association and your great questions every day, Mataji. Thank you for joining Bhakti Sangha. Please keep joining. Hare Krishna. Devotees, today we are very fortunate. We will be soon having His Grace Braja Mohan Prabhuji, who's going to be joining us. And I'll go ahead and read a brief biography prior to his joining. So His Grace, Braja Mohan Prabhu, he's a monk and a life coach and an inspirational speaker. Now, Prabhuji, he's a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and he's a resident monk at ISKCON Chowpatty in India. He is a student mentor, and he's the student's mentor at the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, where he earned a BTech degree. Now, Prabhuji also has a Master's of Science degree in quantum physics from University of Illinois here in Chicago. Now, Braja Mohan Prabhuji has given seminars on science, spirituality, leadership, relationships, and self-development. Now, Prabhuji has been speaking on various topics at prestigious universities and at several corporations in the US and in India for over a decade. Haribol, how wonderful. Now, Prabhuji is using his ancient wisdom for current dilemmas. His message inspires the audience to think deep, act right, and live full. How wonderful. While we are waiting for Prabhuji to join, please go ahead and unmute yourself and feel free to announce your name, and I can continue to welcome you all on Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Hare Krishna. Any other participants who would like to announce their name?
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Valli from Naperville, Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Valli Mataji. So nice to hear your voice, Mata. All praise to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your wonderful consistency in joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Please keep giving us your association, Mataji. Welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and Nina Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sri Leela Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare
Naperville.
Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Mataji. Please keep joining. Devotees, we are very fortunate that His Grace, Braja Mohan Prabhuji, has already joined. Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Prabhu. Whenever you're ready, you can take the call over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I am ready. If devotees are joined, we can start.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So the translation purport is to be read, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. We will go ahead and we will share the screen, and you can go ahead and read the shloka, followed with the translation and your purport and your preaching, Prabhu, whenever you're ready. Hare Krishna.
Should we begin?
Yes, Prabhuji. Whenever you're ready, you can take the call. Haribol.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 19, entitled Lord Vamanadev begs charity from Bali Maharaj, text number 20. Napuman mam upavrajya bhuyo yachitumarhati tasma vritti karim bhumim vato kamam praticha me. Now not Puman any person, mam unto me, pavrajya, after approaching Bhuya again, yachitum, to beg, arhati deserves. Tasma therefore, ritti kareem, suitable to maintain yourself, bhumim such land, vato, O small brahmachari, kamam, according to the necessities of life, praticha, take, me, from me, translation. O small boy, one who approaches me to beg something. O small boy, one who approaches me to beg something should not have to ask anything more anywhere. Therefore, if you wish, you may ask from me as much land as will suffice to maintain you according to your needs. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Yavanto Vishaya Preshtas Trilokyam Ajitendriyam Na Shaknuvanti Te Sarve Pratipurayatum Ripa. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O my dear king, even the entirety of whatever there may be within the three worlds to satisfy one's senses cannot satisfy a person whose senses are uncontrolled. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The material world is an illusory energy to deviate the living entities from the path of self realization. Anyone who in this material world is extremely anxious to get more and more things for sense gratification, actually, anyone who is in this material world is extremely anxious to get more and more things for sense gratification. Actually, however, the purpose of life is not sense gratification but self realization. Therefore, those who are too addicted to sense gratification are advised to practice the Mishta Yoga system or Ashtanga Yoga system consisting of Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, and so on. In this way, one can control the senses. The purpose of controlling the senses is to stop one's implication in the cycle of birth and death. As stated by Rishabdev, Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma यदिन्द्रया प्रीतया प्रणोति न साधु मन्ये यत आत्मनो अयम् असन अपि क्लेशद आसदेहा. When a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living and engages in all kinds of sinful activity. He does not know that due to his past misdeeds, he has already received a body which, although temporary, is the cause of his misery. Actually, the living entity should not have taken on a material body, but he has been awarded the material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it is not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activities of sense gratification, by which he perpetually gets material bodies one after another. Bhagavatam 554. Thus, according to Rishabdev, the human beings in this material world are just like madmen engaged in activities which they should not perform, but which they do perform only for sense gratification. Such activities are not good because in this way one creates another body for his next life as punishment for his nefarious activities. And as soon as he gets another material body, he is put into repeated suffering in material existence. Therefore, the Vedic culture or Brahmanical culture teaches one how to be satisfied with possessing the minimum necessities in life. To teach this highest culture, Varnashrama Dharma is recommended. The aim of Varnashrama divisions, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas, is to train one to control the senses and be content with the bare necessities. Here, Lord Vamandev, as an ideal brahmachari, refuses Bali Maharaj's offer to give him anything he might want. He says that without contentment, one could not be happy even if he possessed the property of the entire world or the entire universe. In human society, therefore, the Brahminical culture, Kshatriya culture, and Vaishya culture must be maintained, and people must be taught how to be satisfied with only what they need. In modern civilization, there is no such education. Everyone tries to possess more and more, and everyone is dissatisfied and unhappy. The Krishna consciousness movement is therefore establishing various farms, especially in America, to show how to be happy and content with minimum necessities of life and to save time for self realization, which one can very easily achieve by chanting the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Bhakti Sangha Japa class, where you all are so sincerely going through the narrations of the Supreme Lord as given in the most holiest of all scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, Amalam Puranam. And when we go through these narrations, it connects us most very strongly to the Supreme Lord, to the process of bhakti, and also it purifies all our material desires that are there, and it starts to give us a spiritual alternative. It said you cannot remove a desire; you can replace a desire. If you try to remove a desire, the desire will keep coming again and again. But if you replace that desire, the mind cannot be left empty. But if you replace that desire with Krishna's service, with something that's no doubted in Krishna's service, then only can we overcome our material desires. So therefore, this wonderful narration that of Srimad Bhagavatam, or many devotees have this very tangible proof that when they start to read Bhagavatam, there is a certain no intangible purification and satisfaction we start to feel in the heart. And this is because we are taking Krishna into our hearts through the Bhagavatam. Therefore, it's very important that we daily or Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. And I often say this that when we go to Govardhan Parikrama, we go around the hill walking. Some devotees cannot walk, so they take say a rickshaw or a bike. And then we have others who are doing Dandavat Parikrama. They're offering Dandavat Pranam at every step to of Govardhan and proceeding ahead. Sure. Similarly, Bhagavatam is Krishna personified just like Govardhan personified. And taking daily a verse or two and reflecting on this is not different than doing a Dandavat Parikrama of the Bhagavatam. That we just like when the Dandavad Parikrama is done, we stop at every place, we pray, we reflect, and then we move ahead. Same way, Prabhupada has given us this, beautiful opportunity every day in the morning to read one or two verses from the Bhagavatam and reflect on the message that it's trying to give us. So therefore, I remember when I was studying at IIT Bombay, my friends had convinced me or brainwashed me to read a lot of novels. And the reasoning was, how will you speak good English? How will you go to America and uh, talk in different corporations if you don't have good English and if you don't know what is their mindset? So I started to read, fo- so initially forcefully, and then because of all this, the way novels are written, once you start, nowadays you may have experience with any of this Netflix series or any kind of series. Once you watch one episode, then they hook you in such a way that no, you have to watch all the seasons, all the episodes. Previously, that's how chapters were designed. And I starkly remember in year 2000 or 2001 when devotees asked me to read Bhagavatam. So that those novels were also there. When I started to read Bhagavatam, the kind of satisfaction Bhagavatam was giving, said all these novels don't stand anywhere in front of the sweetness and the depth that Bhagavatam is giving. Therefore, in the first canto, Narada Muni, when he meets Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva was experiencing dissatisfaction. Here in the whole theme, that the discussion of theme between Bali and Vamana is that Bali is wanting to give charity of more than of a lot of land, and Vamana is saying 3 steps is enough. Bali calls Vamanadev as you are less intelligent, you don't understand how to live in this world. What will you do with these 3 steps? And so that's how 20th verse ends, and 21st verse is where Vamanadev is replying that how if somebody has not learned to control his senses, then no matter how much he gets, no matter how much he has in his life, it will not be enough. Even the entirety of whatever there may be in the 3 worlds, if it is somebody has, it will not satisfy one's senses if the senses are uncontrolled. I heard a very nice quote as I was preparing for this talk. Uh, a king without satisfaction is a beggar, and a beggar with satisfaction is a king. How many of you like this quote? Maybe raise the hands. Did you all get this quote? A king without satisfaction is a beggar, and a beggar with satisfaction is a king. And without having satisfaction, the king will. Who is a beggar? Beggar is somebody who is in need, who is asking for more. कुछ दे दो. And if this quality of satisfaction is not there in the king is actually a beggar. He is not a king. He has a lot, but he is not looking at what he has. He is thinking of what he doesn't have, and therefore he is in the beggar consciousness. That how can I get more and more? Therefore, it doesn't matter how much one has, unless one develops this quality of being satisfied. And what does a beggar have? A beggar hardly has anything. But if he's satisfied, then the definition of king is one who is having all that he wants, all that he needs. One of the most beautiful episodes in the Chaitanya Lila is the story of Sridhar Kolavecha. Last week there was drama festival in Bombay, and this beautiful story of Sridhar Kolavecha was depicted by a group of devotees. It was uh, dramas are no visual representation, visually you get absorbed. Just like Prabhupada said, uh, paintings are windows to the spiritual world. If paintings are windows to the spiritual world, then dramas are doors to the spiritual world. You actually enter there. It's not just getting a glimpse, but you feel like you're seeing Mahaprabhu. You're seeing the way Mahaprabhu dealt with Kola Vaishridhar. Kola Vaishridhar has no has nothing. He has a thatched roof, a roof with so many holes. His clothes had so many holes, and Mahaprabhu used to make fun of Sridhar Kolavich. That there's so many holes that you're tying the the knots on different holes just to cover your body. And in spite of living in such situation, Kolavecha had no desire or not having any kind of grudge, envy towards the Lord, that why am I in this situation. In fact, the Lord was feeling pity on Kolavecha, and it was telling Kolavecha, ask something that I want to give you. But Kolavecha Sridhar, he was so satisfied with his bhakti that he tells the Lord, "Oh Lord, please become peaceful. Don't go into so much anxiety," because the Lord was becoming anxious to give something to Kolavech Sridhar, and Kolavecha says, "Oh Lord, please be peaceful." Of course, it's a very high standard that Kolavech Sridhar has set, but for the Vaishnava circles, it is what we relish. It's not that not having anything is the goal of life, but it is in being satisfied with whatever due to our past karma and with our efforts we are able to get. Being happy with it, of course, doesn't mean that we don't do anything. Few years back, one of our temple devotees, chief leaders, Krishna Chandra Prabhu, owner of Mafatlal Industries, he was at one time facing heavy anxiety in his business. There was somebody who was trying to cheat him, and his whole business was at stake of becoming bankrupt. At that time, he came and was talking to Maharaj that no, I may go bankrupt and I don't know what to do. When so much anxiety. At that time, uh, Radhanand Maharaj, he said, "Well, look at these brahmacharis. Of course, now brahmacharis also have rooms, but at that time, all we had was lockers. Look at these brahmacharis. They don't have a bank account, they don't have anything, and they're happy. And I'm sure they have one more locker for you also. Anything happens, Gopinath is there to take care of you. So don't be so anxious. Your survival is not at risk. Yes, your society status and all those, but that they are not your identities." So when Krishnachandra heard this, then all that anxiety that he was carrying, of course, his concern was there how to build business, but many times uh, people get worked up. People become go into so much tension that their brain literally doesn't function. They either go end their lives, or say make some stupid mistake, or get into even more debt, take some bad loans. But then having this, all that Krishna wants is you, not everything else that you may get. If you get it, he is happy. If you don't get, all that he wants is you. Also, long time back, Bhakti Rasamar Maharaj, he was managing the temple, Chopati temple, and he was also in anxiety, because once you come to Krishna consciousness, not that anxiety goes. There is spiritual anxiety. The things are not happening, the funds are not getting raised, or the brahmachari is not attending Mangalarti properly or not doing his service. So a lot of anxieties were there in his mind. So at that time, to Bhaktirasa Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj told him that no matter what happens, understand that Krishna is playing his flute in the spiritual world, and no kind of anxiety or disturbance is going to bother Lord Krishna and make his flute be kept down. Krishna will never keep his flute down. He is there to please the gopis, please his devotees, and no kind of material anxiety in this world can stop Krishna's playing of the flute. So whether it's spiritual or material, we are always in anxiety because we are conscious only about our own desires of sense gratification or of some achievement that we want to have. And because of this, the mind is restless, disturbed, and we want to have more and more. Narad Muni, in one of his verses to Vyasadeva, 1634, he says, Etad hi atura chittanam, the consciousness, the mind of people are atura. Atura means very restless. And Prabhupada writes this as their mind is full of cares and anxieties. How do I care for this? How do I solve this problem? So, atura chittana. And why is there that restlessness, aturata, uh, uh, in people's hearts, in people's minds? Because sparsha ichchaya, matra sparsha ichchaya, the desire for the senses to contact with the sense objects, that is constantly being tried to be fulfilled. Now that you have some good food today, tomorrow you want either the same thing or something different. The tongue wants something different, the eyes want something different. Okay, last year we had gone to this particular country to see. Now we should go to some other place. Let's go here, let's go there, let's eat this, eat that. In this, whether somebody has money or not, doesn't have money, something or other occupies him. Recently, I met a very well-to-do person, and although he is well-to-do, his anxiety is that he wants to, kind of establish himself without taking any kind of, help from his parents. And it's as good as his situation where, like, somebody who's starting from zero, not having anything and starting. Of course, there is the need for self-worth and self-achievement, but somewhere or other, or recently, one of the very wealthy industrialists son died. How? In a vacation, adventure vacation. Nowadays there are all this adventures that people don't want to do, bungee jumping, this and that. Raymond's, the owner of Raymond's, his son, not Raymond, sorry, Reynolds. The pen that which many Indians have, made their career with, the 5 rupees per Reynolds pen or the 15 rupees, the luxury pen. So the owner of the Reynolds, his son had gone to Africa to study the tribals, cannibals. And cannibals means naturally man-eating people. So they caught him and they killed and they ate him. And Reynolds, he was in so much misery, saying that all this money that I've accomplished cannot change the destiny of my son getting killed like this. Nothing around me is going to give me any satisfaction. So some way or other, Maya traps us. Maya captures us. And uh, once I was Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj, he makes this definition of the mind, or this main job of the mind. The main job of the mind is to somehow keep us dissatisfied. It, if you are, say, not eating, some say today there was some nice prasad in for the brahmacharis, because two brahmacharis have crossed 50 years. The average age, many brahmacharis are close to 50 now. So there's some nice prasad. So those who eat, they are thinking maybe I should not eat so much. And those who have not eaten that, oh, maybe I missed yesterday. There was some program of Sanat Kumar Prabhu's 60th birthday. So some brahmacharis went, some brahmacharis couldn't go because of their services. Again, it was, should I should I have gone? Should I have cancelled other things? Some way or other, wherever we are, Maya makes us become dissatisfied. And then with people, Maya makes us not disgruntled or unhappy with. Yesterday, Gaur Gopal was sharing one story of in his life that once they were they were traveling and they went to someone's a place, and this person, they asked him for water just on the road, like I don't know if it was a dham or some locality. So they asked for some water, and this person said, yes, I'll bring you water. Then this person was not bringing the water only. It was scorching heat, and the water was not coming. It was getting anxious and restless. Pani to manga hai. I just asked for water. How much time does it take to bring 2 glasses of water? And then as they were getting upset, angry, this person, after say 15 minutes, he comes out with nimbu pani. And then he says, "Main socha, I thought no, you wanted water, but then I saw how it's so scorching. So I thought maybe no lemonade will be better option. Therefore, I took me some time to make the lemonade." So till then they were very disgruntled. But once they knew what this person was up to, they became happy with this person. And then the moment they took the first sip, there was no sugar or salt in the lemon. It was plain, sometimes for health reasons we drink plain lemon in water. Again, the mind was saying, "Hey, Cap, that there is nothing in this. There is no taste in this." And then he said, "I didn't add salt or sugar because I didn't know how much quantity you take. So therefore, I brought it separately." And then he went and brought sugar and salt. So So many times we snap. This is called as snap judgments, or we live life in snaps. Quickly we try to. Therefore, you say people are quick to judge and very delayed in forgiving, or generous in criticism and miserly in appreciation, because our hearts only are dissatisfied because we are not connected to Krishna, and therefore nothing in this world is going to satisfy us. And if one of the first elements of connecting to Krishna is to control our senses. This argument or this discussion keeps happening among devotees. Which comes first? Is sense control first comes first, or bhakti comes first? Because the day I develop taste in Krishna consciousness, then no naturally I'll I'll not have the desire for sense gratification, because vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dena, that when will we be able to give up the lower desires? When we develop higher taste. But the way to develop higher taste, as given by Rupa Goswami, is to control, because if you are already absorbed in, say, material things, sometimes it happens we are sitting in a Bhagavatam class and we are also browsing something else, seeing something else. Pura, we heard the whole class, but not a sentence has gone into our heads. Everybody else may be saying, what a class you have given, Prabhuji or Mataji. And we are wondering, where was I? You were there. But your consciousness, you are, say, looking at something else. Or I was, I was hearing one Maharaj class. And in that Maharaj, this is old time class. And this Maharaj is kind of reprimanding how flickering is devotees' attention on Bhagavatam class. Because it so happened that Maharaj was giving the Bhagavatam class, somebody felt hot. So because somebody felt hot, somebody got up to switch on the fan. And when somebody got up to switch on the fan, although the class is happening, literally the entire class or a lot of people, devotees, were looking at who has gotten up, who is going to the switchboard, who is switching on. And Maharaj was saying this, that see how flickering is our attention. One person gets up or is doing something unique, then we are apparently sitting in the class, but the mind wants to do time pass. The mind wants to, like, beto, you sit in the class, the mind tells, you sit in the class, I will browse around. Who is doing what, who has come, who has not come, how is this Mataji hearing or not, or what has she worn, or what is this Prabhuji, which phone is he carrying. So although we are in the class, we are also so absorbed in material things that hardly our ears are able to absorb. Therefore, it's also said that till you restrain and give some space for Krishna to enter, pay attention, it's not going to go happen automatic. Yes, bhakti brings vairagya, but a certain sense of commitment and vairagya is needed for us to experience bhakti. If somebody is fully eaten, then can he eat anything else? Can he relish anything else? No. The ultimate removal of the desires will happen only through bhakti, which is what Narad Muni tells in the subsequent verses 1635. that Yamadhibir Yoga Patai, that yes, by practice of, as Prabhupada is saying, by practice of different Ashtanga Yoga and different aspects of yoga system or Varnashram system, one can get some relief from the disturbance of kama, lobha, greed, lust. Uh, on this, one can get some kind of relief. But Mukunda Sevaya Yadvat, but without serving Krishna, without pleasing Krishna, that person will not experience satisfaction of the soul. This is a beautiful way Prabhupada puts it. It is true that by practicing restraint of senses by the yoga system, one can get relief from the disturbances of desire and lust. But this is not sufficient to give satisfaction to the soul. For this satisfaction is derived from devotional service to the personality of Godhead. So this is something like, say, there is a pralaya, there is a devastation. And in this devastation, the entire earth is going to be flooded. Nowadays, some movies keep coming like this where there is apocalypse and the world is going to end, and you need to reach a particular point on the planet Earth from where there will be a rescue operation done. You need to reach a particular, and most of the movies they show how the person is struggling to escape the flood or escape the snake or the zombies to reach that rescue point from where take he will be rescued by a helicopter or by a ship. Same way, within this material conditionings and aspects, Krishna has created the yoga system and the varnashram system, which are like the rescue places, which are which are like the launch pad for us to truly practice and truly connect to Krishna. Each person, based on his conditioning, Prabhupada mentions here that the main training in for a human being is that he is satisfied in his material situation and he becomes eager for spiritual enlightenment, spiritual curiosity, hunger. For us, it's the reverse. We are hungry materially and lazy spiritually. When it comes to improving our chanting or say read the Bhagavatam or do a bit more, say bahut ho gaya. I'm doing enough. I cannot do beyond this. But when it comes to say your or material life, so no, I'm happy with dal chawal. I don't want to go to this eat anything exotic. We don't say that. We want to taste all types of possible foods, prasad. Of course, we try to spiritualize it by making it. Long back, I was in New Vrindavan, and it was Thanksgiving Day, and these devotees there, they wanted to celebrate in the usual way of by having a turkey. Turkey is this duck like type of thing which they cut and eat on the day. Millions and of turkeys are killed. So these devotees, they somehow somewhere they got a tofu turkey, a vegan alternative to turkey, which they were trying to celebrate in that way. I didn't, because I'm not from that particular culture. I didn't understand. They were so excited because we try to spiritualize our desires, but still that the desire to eat different types of foodstuffs and this is very much there. So materially we are hungry, spiritually we are lazy. But a devotee, a true devotee, he is materially lazy, not lazy in the sense not that he doesn't work, but whatever he is coming, yadrichaya lava santushto, he is grateful to Krishna for whatever He's coming in his fourth, but spiritually he is hungry. That spiritual hunger does not go down even if he becomes a very well-known devotee. Many hundreds of people are following him. Because sometimes once you get some kind of social no recognition, our spiritual hunger also goes away. Oh no, now I'm a nice devotee. So many people know me as this and that. I've written this book, or I've given classes here, or I've done this service, this, that. Some social recognition comes, then our spiritual hunger goes down because we're still in that material realm where anything material we mistake it to, we tend to become satisfied. But a devotee, till he achieves Krishna, he is hungry. Is chanting is with same intensity that till I achieve Krishna, I am not safe. None of this, all of these are no part and parcel, are milestones, different milestones that come. But till I achieve Krishna, I should be spiritually hungry. And to be spiritually hungry, materially, one has to be stable. Because if one materially one is not stable, then spiritually he doesn't have time to focus on his spiritual hunger. Therefore, Varnashram system was created by Lord to make each person relatively stable and focus on upgrading his consciousness. And Prabhupada in this verse mentions one nice question has come. We'll take that. That Rishabh, he quotes Rishabh Dev's that one who is trying to involve into sense gratification is actually a mad person because he is identifying with something he is not, and is trying to feed in to this body which is not going to be with him. Of course, all this we can easily say, but very difficult to follow. But Prabhupada gives the that if we are properly situated in our nature, in our psychophysical condition, and accordingly serving Krishna, will be relatively stable. Therefore, no, what type of nature do we carry, and am I able to? It's called as element, environment, energy. Find what's your element and try to surround yourself with the right environment. And along with the right environment, try to be energetic in the right way, in the right. It means enthusiasm should be engaged with proper intelligence, proper guidance. Then a person, whatever he is doing, just like for Krishna tells in the 11th canto, that it's not that my devotee is fully out of material desires. He's struggling, he's fighting with time factor, he's fighting with Maya. But he is happily struggling. He is because he is able to dovetail at least a part of his life to Krishna, and he is grateful for that. So therefore, a devotee has to be simultaneously happy and unhappy with himself. If you're totally unhappy with yourself, you'll go into depression. मैं तो कुछ भी नहीं हूँ. And if you're totally happy with yourself, then you'll never grow. So be satisfied with what you're able to do. At the same time, be dissatisfied with what you can do more for Krishna, for Guru, for the Vaishnavas. Can I do a bit more without sacrificing your peace of mind, with your stability in the long run? There will always be emergencies. Say Janmashtami is there, some festival is there. Yes, things will go overboard. But again, in the regular course, we are not in out of our element, out of our environment. So I will, and one devotee asked some good question: how to fan and keep burning the spiritual hunger every hour passes by. Thank you, Radha Jyoti Mataji. Yes, that's a challenge because any of these siddhis that we get, perfections that we get, we tend to become no distracted by that. Gaurampu in the recent class, he was saying that materialists, those who are in the material consciousness, they're always fearful of destruction. That, oh, I will build this empire, this will get destroyed, somebody will come and take it away. So materialist is always fearful of destruction, but a spiritualist, one who is wanting to achieve Krishna consciousness and please Krishna, is fearful of distraction. That nothing should distract me. And we have this story of Hanumanji jumping over to Lanka to find Sita. So that's a great story of how Hanumanji didn't get distracted by any ups and downs, comforts, discomfort, and he kept on reminding what my why am I on this mission? Why am I come on this path? So therefore, devotees have to keep checking their motive when they are chanting, when they are doing. Is their motive, is their intention in the right place? Also, when we see other devotees, when we hear the way Mukunda Datta or Sridhar Polavecha, what kind of aspiration and what kind of level they were in, then we'll know I am very weak. I am way down. So I cannot just become relaxed because the moment we become, uh, as Chandamoli Maharaj says, that once we become, what does he say? Emergency room is called what? It starts with C. Casual. Once we are casual, then we land in casualty. So not to be casual. Uh, I was recently reading one article based on the Bible. So that was kind of reflecting on this. Sometimes there is a growing familiarity with holy things. And when we start to become familiar with spiritual things, we tend to not take it so seriously, so fervently. And that eventually lands us in, just like the Yadukumaras, they took casually the rishis that had come. So we should be beware of not being growing familiar with spirit, with holy things, with the guru, with the devotees. These are great privileges, uh, boons that Krishna has bestowed upon us. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Srila Prabhupada has given us the devotees that are even our family members that are devotees, and not becoming familiar, because when we become familiar, then familiarity breeds casualness, contempt. So therefore, that is one way, by reminding ourselves of the privilege that we have. Gold, no matter how long you have worn, still carries that its value. Same way, bhakti, no, in fact, it grows. You all know how the gold's rate is growing. So same way, what we have got, we can any other things can will diminish in its value, but gold and this golden opportunity that we got, it doesn't diminish in value. Therefore, to becoming more and more careful not to allow any kind of distraction to come. So I'll stop here. Thank you for this opportunity. Any devotees have any questions or any reflections?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this wonderful class, and thank you so much for so many beautiful examples that you gave. And these are real life examples. Devotees, do you have any questions? Please feel free to unmute yourself, raise your hand, or I can start reading from the chat. Prabhuji, we have an interesting question on the chat. It says, how to fan and keep burning the spiritual hunger every hour pass by?
I just answered that, Mataji. I
Yeah,
just
I
answered.
think you're not to be
Yeah.
casual.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Don't
you.
be casual, we'll end up in casualty.
Yes. I have, I see Pooja Mataji. Mataji, would you like to go ahead and ask your question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, you made in one sentence in the start that Srimad Bhagavatam, when we read daily 1 or 2 verses, we should reflect on it. So, can you please speak about reflecting? What the level of reflection should be and how to start and to dive deep the level it can be. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Pooja Mataji. This spending of 1 hour that we do on a verse of the Bhagavatam is that reflection that we are doing as a group reflection, where as a group we are trying to go into the verse. And usually that's why the Bhagavatam class is for reflecting on the verse, reflecting on the context of the verse. It's not just an open forum for any kind of class. And once we do that, usually what I do is I we should make notes and we go through the notes at least once, because once we hear and we forget, then there's no application, there is no use of that class apart from, say, you want to speak to somebody. No, that how am I applying this? So therefore, writing down, making notes is a very helpful practice when we are hearing a class, making notes. Because what we write, especially if you said handwrite, whatever we write, it tends to stay longer. And then at least read once the notes. Nowadays, in Chopati, one devotee does this service of making the notes of the class and sending. And now with AI, you can just put a link of the class in to all these softwares and it gives you notes. Just going through the notes and see what at least 1 or 2 things that I can apply. Or it is said that do uh, to make some a new habit or new kind of quality, it doesn't happen immediately. You have to stay with that thought, thinking, feeling, and willing. Anand Gopal, one of the devotees here, he has written this book of how do you form good habits. So that is to first, if it's in your thought, if you continue to think about something, then that thought will eventually turn into a feeling. And just like people know, the advertisements keep coming, iPhone 17, iPhone 17, iPhone 17. So that puts a thought, or some jewelry or this or that. And that thoughts turns to feelings. And those feelings will turn into actions, willing, that we are willing to do, take up that. So Bhagavatam class is where or the different thoughts are coming up. So we reflect on that, we stay with them. And the more we stay with those thoughts, the more we'll feel, oh, I want Krishna. I want to please. I want to do this. And then we'll do. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wonderful question, beautiful answer. Prabhuji, sometimes I have a question for you, if I may, right? So, as you beautifully mentioned, that we are getting spiritually lazy and we are getting materially hungry, and it should be the opposite way around, etc. Sometimes we even fool our mind thinking that no, this is spiritual. I'm trying to convert everything material, whatever we do, into spiritual. Now, sometimes the dilemma occurs, right? Now, have you yourself, Prabhuji, have you asked a question to Paramatma and requested an answer? And how do we understand that if I am trying to, sometimes we're always trying to figure it out by ourselves, right? And our mind, we don't know where it is slightly tricking us. How do we genuinely hear that voice, Prabhuji?
Thank you, Nina Mataji. Uh, Better to be honest with ourselves. Even if we are not with others, better to be honest and not immediately spiritualize the activity. At least spiritualize the result and understand that at the level of activity, it is material, it is my desire to do this activity. At the level of results, partially I am offering to Krishna, but it is mainly my house, it is mainly my thing. So if we are not honest in what we are doing, then we superficially tend to feel I'm a great devotee because everything is I'm doing for Krishna. If you do everything for Krishna, if Krishna puts you in a different situation, will you complain about it? If Krishna takes whatever we have, will we be unhappy about it? If we are going to be unhappy about it, then yes, it is not it is not Krishna, it is our own desires. Therefore, honesty will bring in humility, and with a humble heart, then we'll be able to connect and please Krishna, because Krishna, more than anything external, he wants our heart. And if our heart is duplicitous, we are not really offering it to Krishna in its sincerity, then we'll feel suffocated after a while, because we're putting in this show that I am a devotee, everything is for Krishna. But we're not, because bhakti in its purest states will start to give us the results when we start with the honest platform. Therefore, Mahaprabhu is Patita power, not Kapata power. Therefore, many times self-deception is one of a very strong obstacles for a sadhaka. We tend to deceive ourselves that I am better than what I am. We try to spiritualize, cover it up. But can we get over our own self-deception by ourselves? Mostly no. Some introspection does help. Therefore, we need good relationship with devotees. We need equals who can straight back ask, why are you doing this? And if we have that relationship, they will shatter our deception, our self-deception. And if we don't have such relationships, then we will always be in this, bubble that yes, whatever I'm doing is for Krishna, but the feelings won't come because the thoughts itself are not in the proper place. So, therefore, that Mahaprabhu tells the story of that cobbler and that pandit. That cobbler was so humble that I'm in such a fallen situation that Krishna will hardly come to me. And then there was a pandit. Today I was having a discussion with a very senior devotee, a very senior brahmachari, and we were having this kind of, somehow this discussion came that where will we go next life? And this senior brahmachari, he was telling, I'm going to take one more life. So I said, Prabhuji, it's so risky to take one more life. We don't know where ISKCON will be there, and we'll be born in a human form, devotees and all that. No, यही life में खत्म करना है. That we want to finish in this life. And yes, that intention is good, but then he's speaking from a place of, that I don't deserve to go back to Krishna now. That desire, the amount of desires, and we're not willing to accept that we are not willing to say, if Krishna, it takes more lives for me to come to get purified, I'm willing to take. We are insisting, Krishna, I am eligible to be purified in one life. So Therefore, it's not easy to say Mama Janmani Janmani Shware Bhavatat Bhakti Rahe Tuki Tvai. So initially I was kind of taken aback. Why doesn't want to go back to God? Then understood this is a deeper level of humility, which is explained that I don't deserve to go back to Krishna. I still have a lot of work to do. So better to be in that consciousness than to feel that yes, I am there.
Prabhuji, I contemplated so many times on this, and as you said, it's self-deception. We trying to endeavor that yes, in this life we'll go back, and then the fear comes that okay, we did good. Supposedly, it falls in looking into karma-wise. Probably we'll end up in Swargaloka. In Swargaloka, we can spend 10,000 years, and then we come back in this Bhuloka, and by the time 10,000 years are gone, and there's no more ISKCON and Krishna Katha, so there is a fear. So we are again trying to self-deceive, hoping to go
Yes,
back,
yes.
but genuinely we know it's not like it's not
I'll just
happening.
give a small example. If you put nice tilak and you go to the temple, you'll start to feel I'm a better devotee just because I put a better tilak than somebody else. This is self-deception. Just your no your the cleanliness of your bead bag, all these are good. Tilak, all these are nice, but some devotee didn't come to the temple, came to the temple without tilak. Immediately we start to judge. इससे तो मैं अच्छा हूँ. I'm better than her or him. This is self-deception. We are somehow trying to prove to ourselves that I'm a nice devotee. So therefore, it requires a sangha, a bhakti sangha, who can, and better if somebody who is also physically, watching us. Therefore, a family person is our best help because they can honestly tell us where we are. Not in a fault finding way, but in a true, honestly helping way because they're seeing day in, day out. Therefore, husband and wife can become best friends if they help each other to come out of their self deception. In the ashram, it may be other god brothers, god sisters. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji. We had a question from Leelavati Mataji. She's saying that when I chant loudly, I hear my chanting voice, but after a few rounds, I get attacked by Maya and don't get the same taste. What should be done? I chant with devotees so that I can hear and feel connected. Please help.
I get attacked by Maya and don't get the same taste. One of the you know intentions when we are offering our japa is not that it's japa is for my pleasure. Japa is for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna. How much Radha and Krishna have released our japa, Radha Gopinath, Radha Shyamsundar have released our japa, is not based on our own judgment of taste. If we are trying to focus on their holy names, if we are trying to be in the mood of Krishna, please engage me in your service. I'm currently engaging in Maya Seva. Please engage me, Srimati Radha. So engaging in Krishna's the mood, that's the mood, and we try to properly hear the name. If we are trying to do these two, then that's very pleasing to Krishna. And taste is a very taste, yes, taste is important, but we are not doing japa for our own taste, or no, because some days we love our chanting, some days we don't, we kind of it's a drag, but in either case try to keep our intention and our our intensity in trying to hear Radha and Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, properly. So if we are with devotees, it helps because just seeing somebody else focus on Krishna, on chanting helps us, whether it be Zoom japa or physical japa. But taste is not, no, is something that because if we, because according to Rupa Goswami, once you get the taste through ruchi, it's not that ruchi goes out. So we are still not at that stage. Sometimes there is a glimpse that Krishna gives, but we are not mainly doing our japa for taste. We are doing it for seva, for their pleasure. So sometimes they may, you know, it may be a very difficult japa, but Radha Krishna, just like a child, he may be running nicely. Mother is happy. If child is struggling to run, but if he's still running, mother is maybe more happy seeing his struggle. So therefore, let's not judge our japa just based on the taste.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, do you still have time to take one more question?
You can take last question.
Okay, last question, Prabhu. So it's from Radha Jyoti Mataji. What happens to practice if Vaishnav Seva is not happening? How does it affect the japa? If Seva happens, how japa still affects?
Vaishnava Seva, Nama Ruchi, Jive Daya, Vaishnava Seva. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says these three are our Yuga Dharma or the main activities that we are to do. So Vaishnava Seva, in fact, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said this is the main core activity of Gaudiya Math is Vaishnava Seva. Because even our practice of sadhana, whatever we are doing, it is to please our guru. So even japa is a seva to please because Prabhupada has told us to chant, therefore we are chanting. And apart from that, to cultivate the proper mood of service, serving the Vaishnavas who are junior to us, who are equal to us, who are senior to us, it it is a practical manifestation of our intention to uh, do seva, because in chanting, what are we asking? We are asking, "Oh Radha Krishna, please engage me in your service." And Radha Krishna's devotees, who are Vaishnavas, if we don't engage in their seva and then we are saying, "Krishna, please engage me in seva, but I will not engage in this devotee's seva," it is, no, our chanting is not rightly placed. So if our intention is to serve, and if we don't serve physically or whenever opportunity comes, then our chanting has no meaning. We have not understood the motive in chanting. So therefore, Vaishnava Seva helps us to get blessings of devotees, of to for overcoming our anarthas, because our anarthas, more than us praying to Krishna, if some devotee prays for us, Krishna takes that prayers more seriously. Therefore, when we please the Vaishnavas, they pray for us. Because Sita Devi prayed for Hanuman, therefore Hanumanji was empowered, and that fire didn't burn Hanumanji. So therefore, no, if we don't serve when the opportunities come, or we're not doing any Vaishnava Seva and saying I will only chant, we're missing the whole purpose or whole meaning of chanting. Okay?
Thank you so much for such a nectarian answer, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Devotees, let's unmute ourselves and offer our obeisances to Prabhuji's lotus feet. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
प्रभुपाद श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
Jai.
इस ब्रजमोहन प्रभु की जय।
Jai. Thank you so much for the
Thank you so much.
devotees.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.